Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Light League. We just got done with game number 3 between Divine Ascension Obsidian up against Degenerates Ascension Kendo, and we have got two very special guests here for our post-game interview. We got the man, the myth, the Ponygoat, ready after that 17-1 performance on Tristana. But you know what else? We get an extra DAG member, and it is gonna, or an extra Divine Obsidian member, and it's gonna be Void. Ponygoat Void, how you guys doing today?
Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good after that.
Yeah,
That's all right.
feeling all right. Ponygoat says. you know, I wanted to bring Void up here because I feel like we just don't talk that much anymore. I talked with you a
Yeah.
little in week 2, and other than that, you've been avoiding me, and I'm really happy that you've taken the time out of your day to come in and have this interview with us. So appreciate you taking time.
Well, I tend to keep negative energy out of my life, and I kept seeing you place Grin Reapers #1. So until that was fixed, I figured I wouldn't come back.
What? Oh man. Well, you know what? You guys are definitely putting in the work. You guys are, I think, at the moment, top play or top spot here. Maybe. Yeah, you guys are going to be able to get top spot. It looks like because you are 18-3 now, Grin Reapers. Hide on your tail, Pony Goat. I wanna go back a week and I want to talk about the phenomenal games that you guys had with Grin Reapers last week. Ponygo, what was it like playing against Travis after all that witty banter that we had?
It was exciting. We were really thrilled to the opportunity to get to play like a good team and prove ourselves, but also going into it, come on, we already knew what it was going to be.
Already knew.
Okay, I went ahead and I linked Moose the Amazon for aloe after the burn that we had there earlier, so he's probably going to be buying that in just a moment. I want to talk to Void for a second, however. You have been undeniably one of the most consistent, safest players on the Rift, the only player to average under 2 deaths a game thus far in this regular season. That stat may end up changing here, as I want to ask y'all about the first game, because you guys lost that one 34-19, and a whopping, this is monumental for you, Void, and you got to forgive me, but 6 deaths. What happened?
August ran me out of mid lane. He pulled out the Akali, and I ran the top lane game too. That's honestly all that happened.
Plain and simple. I like it. I love it. I gotta ask as well for Corey. I mean, you were able to get your roam on quite a bit, but in that game number 2, when they go with 2 global ults and so much map pressure and mobility, y'all were still able to create enough move around, communication, and the right battles at the right time. Can you take us through the mindset as you're going through that? Because they had so much map pressure, you all found a way to nullify it.
Well, I mean, they picked the Shen and the TF. They picked TF with Yasuo open though. And well, I mean, I was told the Shen matchup into Urgot was a counter going into the game, but Urgot's my go-to top laner, and we were looking to put Teddy mid into August because August is more of an aggressive player. And I mean, I think Teddy and myself did a decent job of holding down the globals to also attack the globals. So
100% agree.
Fair enough. I mean, that game 2 was a little bit back and forth. There were some scary moments. You guys were able to pull it out at the end of that one and take game 2. I want to talk about what Corey JJ was talking about here on the pre-show. He was really excited to be able to go up against Vixus and show him the power of this bottom lane between you and Corey Ponygoat. It just felt like you guys had so much synergy throughout the last two games. You guys are scary. Like that, it's really like very fun to watch you two like just rout a lot of these teams. And we saw it today again.
Yeah, I think it really made a sad game one because we couldn't convince them to come out from their turret and actually play the game like adults and like actually earn it.
Oh,
But game 2 and 3, it was a lot more fun, a lot more opportunity. Game 2, I just kind of sat back and played Ezreal and wave cleared because, like you said, we had all those globals coming out, so I was kind of doing my own thing, waiting for Corey to come home. But game 3, it was once once we basically destroyed Brand level 2, it was over. Corey was staying bot, and we were pounding it home until we kicked their butt.
oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, 17-1, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, that probably puts you, if not at the top, but very close to the top here in the MVP ratings coming in. I want to ask you, I think both of you, moving into the last couple of weeks, all teams are starting to potentially be an option here. Uh, I would say Void, without naming somebody else on your team, who do you think across the Light League has impressed you, not only in the mid lane, but just in general in the games you guys have played?
Well, it's probably recency bias, but I'm gonna say August. I played against him when he was hard stuck brother in mid league, and I honestly did not think he was that impressive. And he beat me up game one. Game one was not fun for me, and he played extremely well. And I think he was a big reason why they won game one.
Fair enough. Ponygoat, same question.
Yeah, I wish I could say that it was Travis. I wish I could say that it was Bixus. But the only person who has actually caused me emotional harm in this entire league is Feathers and Fur for the Alawi game he pulled out on us. And there are a million reasons why that happened. And we had like a massive Discord failure while we were trying to draft. But honestly, I'm still having nightmares.
There's
Yeah.
nothing scarier than Alawi on the Rift. I'm going to be perfectly honest. As a top laner, by far, one of my least favorite characters to go up against. Trauma bans every single time I end up going up against an Alawi. But I do have to ask once again, do y'all have any shout outs? Because we have had you in here multiple times. The shout outs tend to, you think of them afterward and you're like, oh, wait a minute. I could have shouted out that, or I could have shouted out that. Any of them that you thought of, wrote down, and potentially want to spread to the world?
Shout out to our team, obviously. Teddy, Wasp, Corey, always there whenever we won a game and anything else. Shout out to Saturation and JD, I guess, for being our coaches. And then shout out to all the people from LBK who are always supporting every time we play.
Yep, and for me, really quickly, I just want to shout out my support, Corey JJ. I'm coming, but I'm also on my way, my boy.
I love it. I love it, you guys. Divine Ascension, Obsidian. You guys are definitely in contention for probably, most likely first seed at this point, and probably as one of the most consistent and best teams here in the Light League this split. We probably will not be able to see you guys again until the playoffs, but until that time, best of luck to you guys. Phenomenal wins here today, and look forward to seeing what you guys bring to the table come, I guess, week 2 of the playoffs.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate
Thanks
it.
so much.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Appreciate you guys coming through. Kendo, this was a interesting week, to say the
Yes.
least. There was technical difficulties, there were client difficulties, there was just shenanigans abound, but you know what? We made it through, and it's Divine Ascension Obsidian being able to take the 2-1 victory over Degenerates. What are you looking forward to most moving into the final 2 weeks of the split?
I'm looking forward to seeing who can take that wild card spot. Of course, Team Ambition Golden Age gonna find themselves in the driver's seat by virtue of a forfeit from VBU Neon this week. We are most likely going to get the results from what was going to be our featured matchup today between Cape Dogs and Stonk Squad later on. And it's going to be very interesting because Stonk Squad could put themselves in a very good prime position if they are able to pull off any sort of victory against this Cape Dogs team. And really, that's going to be the difference here. I want to see a little bit of parity at the end. I don't want to see a team just usher itself in to the playoffs. I know the top 5 spots are pretty much all but secured at this point in the season. A little bit of parity goes a long way.
Well, we will see, definitely, for sure. Want to shout out the rest of the teams here in the league. I know you guys were all having issues with connection in today's games. I hope that when you guys are able to reschedule these matches, that they have and they are well, or that the client is running well, and that they are completed smoothly. But before we go into that, best of luck to whatever teams do end up actually playing. I know that we are getting a reschedule coming in from CDU and CBS. I'm not sure if VBU is actually playing or if it was actually an FF there. I don't know 100% for sure. We will get confirmation on that before the end of the week. But regardless, that is going to do it today for the Light League. It has been a ton of fun to be able to cast for you guys throughout today's matches. Appreciate you guys' continued patience. And on behalf of all of the players here at the Light League, the coordinators at XLNC, the staff, our producer Optimize, who has come in and came through clutch at the last minute to give us that great feed. Kendo and myself, thank you guys all so much for watching, and we will see you guys for week number 8 of the Light League next week. See you guys soon.